What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with another banger, my friends. So get back, relax, and come take a ride.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
So right now, Fox News is on fire right now, getting dragged across social media for their Fox Freak-Offs featuring Joy Taylor, allegedly, Emmanuel Acho, allegedly, Charlie Dixon, executive, allegedly, Skip Bayless also mentioned in the suit, allegedly. Oh man, they are wilding. My first thoughts though is why Joy? No.
Hypotheticals have got us in a chokehold, and we must free ourselves. It's fun to argue about. It's fun to talk about what you would do in this scenario, or would you leave the game if the seats were high, or if a man took you this place on a first date, what you would do. And I'm telling you, like, every interaction that I have with people now, in some way or another, these things come up. Can we just keep it a buck? If they're fine enough, if they're funny enough, or if their financial status is what you want, fine, funny, fucking money, you're throwing all boundaries, standards, all that shit you talked on Instagram about how you would never, and this woman ain't kid, because women this and men this, you're moving forward with this person.
No, my favorite hypothetical, because it's so ridiculous, is when you ask anybody if they would do something outrageous for like $1 million and they say no. It's like, okay, would you do it for 2 million? I mean, would you do it for what's the number? Like, anytime you add money into a hypothetical, people love feeling good about themselves by saying that they wouldn't do it for the money, but it's literally only because it's a hypothetical. If you saw this $1 million in front of your face and I said, do this, are you doing it? So I don't even know if hypotheticals are real indicators of the situation that's being discussed, because I'm starting to think people only use hypotheticals to lie about the circumstance.
Oh, they talking about allegedly Joy was out there getting passed like a Harlem Globetrotters basketball, man, around the office. How she went from being a part-time radio host in 2016 and a bartender in Miami to a superstar moderating a show with Skip Bayless and also Shannon Sharp in the blink of an eye overnight. She was a superstar. People thought she was just good at her job, that she used her connections with Jason Taylor, her brother, an NFL Hall of Famer. But in fact, allegedly, she was just throwing that thing in a circle. Joy, and y'all this really hurts to hear, man. I mean, I've literally met Joy Taylor, spoken to Joy Taylor. I'm a huge fan of her work. I have nothing bad to say about Joy Taylor. I am Team Joy Taylor. I love you, Joy. Oh my goodness, but I am heartbroken to hear the news of these Fox freak-offs that are going on right now. Now, allegedly, back in 2016, just to give y'all a little background, Charlie Dixon, executive with Fox, had some dealings with recommending talent for shows, controlled content, and stuff like that. So he had, his name held some major weight at Fox. And apparently, he had a relationship going on romantically with Joy Taylor, allegedly, and that is what led to her divorce back in 2016. For the second time, her husband allegedly found out that she was getting busy throwing the yams out to the Fox executive. And it led to her divorce, 2016. And then after that, she finds herself recommended on this show. Dixon went to Skip Bayless, allegedly told him, hey, we need you to sign off on Joy. Joy apparently came to the dinner meeting with the girls out, with the yams out, and Skip Bayless was absolutely disgusted. But to do a favor for a friend, allegedly, he signed off on Joy joining the show, and the legend began. Now, we know she was also on the Herd with Colin Hurd, who, allegedly escaped he escaped unscathed, other than this right here, getting caught in 4K.
It's like we got all I mean, two cities have glommed all the championships and players.
This is your city, right? Yeah, this is my titty. I mean, this is my city.
Social media is going crazy, and we're gonna get to Skip as well, cause him making $8 million a year and willing to pay 1.5 to hook up with a coworker, harassing this hairdresser allegedly. Like, we gonna get to Skip, but man, they're saying that Joy, they're dragging her on social media right now, saying that she set women's reporting back 20 years, decades, because so many talented female reporters are not getting the same opportunities and shine and are doing it allegedly the right way, and Joy jumped them all. I will say she's not the only one. I've heard stories of many cohorts, peers in this journalism game doing some of the same stuff and even worse. But to know that it's happening at the top and these Fox freakos are going on, man, it just hurts. And I use the word allegedly a lot because we haven't heard everything. But what's kind of disturbing is one thing that was posted recently from 2020, allegedly right here, and I'll read this little snippet from the lawsuit. This kind of hurts right here, man, because I think this particular section right here is very damning. And y'all can see it too, where it says in approximately February 2020, Miss Taylor and Miss Faraji, who is the one that brought this whole thing to light, they were meeting for lunch in Beverly Hills. When Miss Faraji arrived, she found Miss Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Acho. Miss Faraji did not know Mr. Acho, but could tell that the two were romantically involved, talking about Acho and Joy Taylor. A few months after meeting Mr. Acho at the lunch, Miss Faraji noticed him in the hallway while at work. Miss Faraji later asked Miss Taylor if Mr. Acho worked at Fox. Miss Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her on the show Speak for Yourself, which is the show they currently have right now on FS1. Miss Faraji became alarmed and warned Miss Taylor, it's getting messy, y'all, that she should probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Acho at the same time, as Mr. Dixon is a very powerful man that may become very angry. Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. She explained that she was also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent. In approximately September of 2022, Miss Taylor started working on Speak. Miss Taylor requested Miss Farage to do her hair. She allegedly tried to set that man up for rape, get him just blackballed, thrown in prison, like attack on your jacket that you cannot shake off. The fact that she was gonna go public and have the world feeling bad for her feeling like she was a victim in this situation, blaming, I don't know if he's an innocent man, but blaming a man that she allegedly had mutual relations with. She was gonna twist it. You can't say that she was sexually assaulted, which, if this is the case, is a slap in the face to all the victims out there that are really going through something. This is nasty work. And I mean, like I said, I spoke to Joy briefly, but to just gauging her vibes, because I usually can tell 30 seconds in if I rock with somebody. To gauge her vibe, her energy, and to see that she would be capable of something like this is jaw dropping. It's shocking, man. It's a nasty industry in this journalism game, and you definitely got to be careful. I've been around, seen some things, but I'm just saying you got to be careful. But for you to be a man in power, to subject yourself, to be that vulnerable in a situation like that, to work and hook up with a subordinate, and then Joy Taylor playing chess, a very attractive woman, hooking up with this dude. I mean, something fishy had to be going on, because ain't no way. Bro, for her to do him like that, allegedly, is crazy, and it just ruins the credibility of other female journalists and other female sexual assault and rape victims around the world. It's nasty work, man, and it keeps getting worse. we just keep digging and digging, and new allegations, new reports keep coming out. But this has completely been blown up right now, and it's not looking good for any of them. And then Skip Bayless allegedly out here groping coworkers, offering 1.5 million to for the box. Nasty work. And maybe that was one of the reasons that led to his exit out of Fox too. They knew that allegedly he was out here being filthy. And then you got Emmanuel Acho out here.
Just got done with rehearsal for the new show Speak, and I got to take a moment to shout out my co-host Joy Taylor. A woman, a black woman, daily show, sports. Do you all realize how hard it is to get into the position that she is in? So often there's misogyny and sexism running rampant in sports, and we don't even care what women have to say in sports. But Joy is not only in the position on television as a woman, as a black woman, but as an opinionist. So not just asking men what they think, but providing her own unique and distinct insight. It's hard to do, and Joy, you have done it. So congratulations. Looking forward to working with you, and hope y'all tune in 4:30 to 6 Eastern every day starting next week.
I mean, bro, he's already been clowned on for people wanting to revoke his black card for some of the stuff he's been saying. He's been looked at kind of as a clown, as a cornball, as a bozo, and now this comes out where he was another star that kind of arose out of nowhere, retired NFL player that didn't have much of a professional career, and now he's the face of Fox right now. I understand glow ups happen, but overnight. And for Joy Taylor and Acho to be on the same show, for them to be two young black professionals, I mean, this is just a bad look. As a black journalist, it's so hard. I agree with his comments earlier. It's so hard to get in a position that they are in, and then to be a minority, and then to be a woman on top of that. Joy Taylor does a great job. Skip Bayless is fully bought into his gimmick and is great at riling up an audience. Emmanuel Acho, very knowledgeable, very charismatic personality. I'm not here to down any of them, but from what we know right now, they was in there getting buck wild, having Freak Nick at Fox. Fox Freak Offs. Man, why they have to be Joy, bro? Like I said, she definitely not the only one, allegedly. At least that I know of personally, allegedly. But this is just hard news to hear, man. We'll keep y'all updated. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, of course, I'm your host, Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. That is a wrap. Until next time, follow us on social media at Brandon Lee TV as well. We out.